Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Grant Brogy from The Strength Co. And today I want to talk about how strong is strong enough? And also, who's stronger, my wife or my mother? If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you follow this channel, you know that we advocate for everyone to get stronger, to increase their longevity and their quality of life. But the question that gets asked all the time, and it's a fair one, is Grant, how strong is strong enough? Do I really need to squat 500 pounds? I mean, when is enough enough? So today I'll try and give you a little context for your own training of how strong is strong enough? Or am I always going to be in the pursuit of strength? Choose my mother as an example. Rewind back to 2019. I've written a whole article on their journey, my mother's journey specifically, of how she got strong. But I want to use her as an example. She comes into the gym as a lifelong runner and not a strength trainee. She's weak. It's just a fact. She'll tell you this. So what do? We do the same thing we do with anyone that came into the gym. We teach them big barbell movements and slowly add weight to them over time. My mom's case, I think she started with air squats, not even to depth. And then we got them to depth. And then a light bar goes on. And then some little baby plates by the 1.25s. You know what I'm saying? And she therefore very rapidly starts to make strength gains. One of the reasons it works so well is because she's so detrained that her rate of adaptation is really high. So every time she comes in the gym, she's able to add 2, 3, 4, 5 more pounds than last time, and she has this graph that everyone likes to use their little apps and track when they start lifting, and their strength is like this, boom, to the moon. But what happens with most people? They boom to the moon, and then when it's time to hold on, if you will, and keep going, they get frustrated because the law of diminishing returns happens. It now becomes harder to get stronger. They've ridden this curve. They've gotten strong very quickly. Every time they come into the gym, there's like endorphins going off and they're all motivated and super pumped because they're setting a record each and every time. And at some point that stops. Now, for most people, it stops too early, and it stops too early for a bunch of reasons we've covered in previous videos. They don't know how to grind. They don't rest long enough between sets. They say their workouts take too long. People come up with all types of reasons, and one of them sometimes they'll say is like, hey, I'm strong enough. And you might be. In my mother's case, when she started lifting, I said, hey, here are 2 goals for you that you should have. You need to squat and you need to deadlift your body weight for a set of 5. We will go beyond that. But for right now, let that be the goal. And she was there within, 4 or 5 months, something like that. But she's still training. And now her deadlift PR is in the, I think it's 235 or 240. Is that necessary? Yes, and kind of. The fact of the matter is, once you ride that initial curve and you're strong and you're up here, you should still be in the pursuit of strength. You should still be attempting to get stronger. But the thing you have to understand is it's going to be harder now. You're going to need more accumulated stress in order to continue to drive adaptation. There's going to be things in your life that don't allow you for that much time. And basically, you're going to kind of be living up here at the top of that graph. You're still trying to go up, and you will hit PRs from time to time if you're training consistently and it's hard and it's heavy. But it will become a different thing. So even though you're trying to add weight to the bar every session, every week, every month, depending on what your program is, it may be few and far between, but you're still in the pursuit of strength. So is my mom strong enough at 235, 240 deadlifter? I mean, yeah, she can go and play with her grandkids and come hiking with my wife and I up a mountain and down and be just fine, not fall over, doesn't need a cane, doesn't need a walker. So yes, she's technically strong enough. But what I would say is if she doesn't stay in the pursuit of strength, then those things will decline. So you're always trying to get stronger. You're never strong enough. With that said, you need to understand that the stronger you are, the less frequently these endorphin releases are going to happen, but you have to train anyway. And that's why we're going to talk about who's stronger, my wife or my mother. My mom was in town last week visiting, so of course we went to the gym to train. Diana and my mother were both supposed to deadlift, so of course I said deadlift competition. It's on, and of course neither of them could be any less excited about it than they were. They didn't care at all. They both were kind of dreading their training. They didn't really feel like doing it. Mom's in town. Grant's still making us lift. Why do we have to do this? So I dragged them into the gym. No, not really. But in all seriousness, they were like, oh, let's just go get this done with. So my mom starts deadlifting and I'm asking her about her program. She has a coach. She's supposed to pull 205. I said, when was the last time you pulled 225? She hadn't in so many months. I said, let's pull 225 today. No, really? You want me to pull 225 today? Yeah, let's pull 225, see how it goes. go see if it moves. So again, I think she's only pulled 2 plates on each side, maybe a handful of times in her life or more. And so she goes to pull 225, and she clearly watched the How to Grind video, because at 3 to 4 Mississippi, that bar finally came off the ground and she hitched and grinded up a really, really heavy 225. Good job, Mom. When she was done, she was totally elated, couldn't believe it. She was just so happy that she did 225, and she went on to her presses. Diana finished pressing, went to deadlift, and Diana, a 245-pound deadlifter, actually I think 255 is her all-time PR, but you can see her pulling 100s here, which apparently someone on YouTube doesn't like that we use women in marketing stuff. I don't know. And so she was on to her deadlift. Now, she's had some circumstances where her training days have been different. You know, we've been moving, there's been a lot of different things happening, and she's warming up and she goes to pull 225 and she couldn't budge it off the floor. That's right, she couldn't budge it off the floor. And here's my mom thinking that her daughter-in-law is playing her, tricking her to make her think that she's stronger. But no, in reality, Diana was just having an off day. Someone that's pulled 225 for 5 before couldn't move it off the floor. And I bring that up because if you're always trying to get stronger, you're gonna have bad days and you're gonna have good days. Some days you're gonna be smiling like my mom, and some days you're gonna be shaking your head wondering, why wouldn't the bar move today? And we could peel back the onion on why all these variables are and what happened and why did the bar not move that day, but that's not what I wanna cover. What I wanna say is you're gonna have a bad day once in a while, you're gonna miss a lift, and you don't need to sit there and focus on it and think, oh, I'm not getting any stronger, I'm not making progress anymore, I'm strong enough, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just a part of training. Once you get strong, it's not all butterflies and rainbows anymore. You're gonna have some tough days in the gym, but have a good attitude about it. Don't get all emotional about it. Should you care? Yes. Should you be pumped when you hit a PR? Yes. I mean, all of that is true, but don't just freak out and go nuts if you miss a rep once in a while, or if you find yourself being out deadlifted by a 63-year-old. Actually, Diana really couldn't have cared less. And we had a great session, we had a great lifting together, and when we left, on our way home, we talked about just the funny thing about training and how some days you leave the gym and you're on cloud 9, and some days you leave the gym and you're not on cloud 9, but you just remind yourself, hey, I'm in the pursuit of strength. This is what I signed up for. This is what I'm doing. So how strong is strong enough? You're never strong enough. Stay in the pursuit of strength. Buy the Massonomics t-shirt. And my mom is technically right now stronger than my wife. I don't know. If you like the video, like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you next time.